Hello, friends. Welcome to High Five Live today. So grateful that you're a part of the High Five Live family. And tonight, I have a very special guest with us, and I can't wait. Really doesn't need an introduction, but she is on the podcast. This is Kingdom, incredible podcast. If you don't know what it is, go check it out. And then her Instagram page is one of my favorites on Instagram. This week's Grace Freeman is with us. Grace, how are you?
I'm doing so good. How are you?
So awesome. So excited to be with you. Grace and I, we go back a ways. We had some fun experiences teaching together a few years back, and it was pretty fun. If I were to describe it in one word, I think it'd be fire. That would like, but in a good way. No, it was so fun. We loved hanging out with each other and getting to know each other. And seeing her as a teacher, like man, like I love listening to you on your podcast and things like that. But man, watching you interact with people is one of my favorite things in the world. And so, with that, I'm so excited to announce that Grace Freeman will be joining us on a church history tour, and we couldn't even wait till next summer. Like we had to do it this summer, right? We had to do it this summer. Grace, how you feeling about doing that with us this summer?
I am seriously so excited. I couldn't have waited till next summer anyway, so this is it
Yep.
like it even feels too far away that it's August. Like I'm like, it
Yeah.
has to be.
Yep.
We have to do it right this very second. We can't wait.
Yep. And so it's going to be August 3rd through 10th, and it's going to be an amazing experience. We'll tell you a little bit about it here in a second. We'll kind of walk you through the itinerary. But as you're jumping on, we'd love to hear any questions that you might have about this tour. And we have a couple that we've already received that we'll kind of address as we go. But um, first, what was your favorite part about conference, Grace? Did you have a favorite part?
Okay, my favorite talk was on Saturday morning, and it was a 70 who I need to learn his name because I didn't even expect that I was gonna love it as much as I did, and it was my favorite talk ever. And he talked about the first vision and the rays of light and having like your own rays of light experiences. And it
Yeah.
got me so excited for this trip because I was like, how cool to be able to say that maybe this summer you could have one of your like rays of light experiences, one of the moments that you connect with divinity for yourself individually in the place that it happened for Joseph and all of the saints of early church history. Like I just think that's the coolest thing in the world. So that like kind of won my heart. It got me so excited.
Yeah, oh, me too. There is something about this trip, like where you're visiting these sacred places, literally where the Savior walked, right? Where he stood and where he walked and where he taught, and it's just that what a cool opportunity to hear him, and kind of connected to my favorite part of conference. Man, there were so many talks that I loved, but there was a song that just like touched my heart so much, like almost got me emotional, and I didn't know until after it was the first time that it was ever sang in general conference, which is crazy to me because it's Amazing Grace, right? Like that, we love that song. I loved it so much. I felt like they did such a good job, but also I was started thinking about this trip as well, and then we had already decided to call it the Amazing Grace Tour, and I was like, "That's so cool." But then I also started thinking about I have a uh, Grace Freeman, one of my best friends, but I have a daughter actually that we name her middle name is Grace Cameron Grace, and she passed away. As some of you who follow High Five Live, you know her story. Like she passed away almost 2 years ago, um, and and man, that was one of the toughest things that I've been through. And with the eclipse happened today, I don't know if you've been out there, but when I was looking up there, I was just thinking about maybe some of those eclipse moments in my life where something's come and almost felt like it blocked the rays of the sun. And that was one of those moments where it was tough and it was dark and it was hard in a lot of ways. But it's been going to sacred places like the temple and like these incredible sites that we're going to be going to. Uh, they've they've been so healing to me, and I've felt God's grace in those sacred places. And we'd love to know as you're jumping on, have you ever had an experience like that? Like when have you felt God's grace in a sacred place? Where was it? Where have you been where you felt his grace? And it is like I felt that empowering. uh, I felt empowered by the Savior, and a lot of that is because of these places where I've been standing. And so we cannot wait to take as many of you as possible on this trip, the Amazing Grace Church History Tour. It is going to be so cool. Don't wait. We've just put out a few teasers, and 50 people have already pre-registered, and so there's a chance that this fills up super fast, because we can only take a certain amount of people. We can only do a certain amount, and then we got to cap it. And so if you're interested, all you got to do today is put down $250. That saves a seat. So $250, that's the deposit. Throw that down today, and then you just have to make a couple payments after that, and you're good to go. And you're coming with us. It's August 3rd through 10th. I can't remember if we said that. We said this year, but I don't know if we said the dates. But 3rd through 10th are the dates, and it's gonna be amazing. So, and Grace, did you have some questions that you got when we put out some of these teasers for this?
Yes, and I can go through them. I can't see the chat, so you just tell me if someone
Yeah, yeah,
asks a question. You just tell me, and then
yep,
we can stop. But
yep.
one thing that lots of people asked was about rooming with people and age like limit. So I'll kind of explain those like really quickly. There isn't an age limit. I am 24, but that is not the age limit. Anyone who wants can come. If you are a grandma, a mom, a dad, a family, teenagers, high schoolers, college kids, whatever it is, this is fair game. So welcome, come. I when I went, so I went on a church history tour 2 years ago, and when I went with my family, and seriously, it was one of my favorite experiences. Like we went to Niagara Falls, and we'll do that on this trip as well. And
Oh
that
yeah,
memory of that like moment is one of the funniest memories I've ever had in my entire life. Like it was one of the best things. And I just think it's so cool. It's such a unique place to be able to bond with people. And there's so much time for fun, but also so much time for like good, really like tender, deep chats because you have an entire bus ride all the time to be able to sit next to someone and chat. Also, really good time to like have moments where you connect with divinity surrounded by people that you love, which is really unique, I think. So, if it's a family trip, awesome. If you want to do it, like I think it'd be really cool. I did this when I was little, when I was like 10, I think. I went with all my cousins and my grandma and grandpa on a church history tour, and it was like seriously one of the funnest trips that we've ever taken. Just all the cousins just being like hoodlums in the middle of Nauvoo, just having so fun. So maybe that age, if you're me, my age, if you're in college and you want to do it, if you're high schooler and you want to do it as a senior trip, literally whatever, anything's fair game. So
yeah.
it's cheaper, and I think Corey, you'll probably talk about this, but it's cheaper if you come in a group of four or more, because of hotel rooms. So that's like the like hack to get it the cheapest. If you're like sitting there and you're like, wait, I don't have anyone to go with, or it's just like me and so, and you want it to be cheaper, reach out to High Five Live. They can kind of help you find if there's options of other people that are also in the same situation. They can kind of match you together. So reach out to them, but any age range, any group size of people. If you want to come with 15 people or you want to come with just yourself, that's great.
Awesome. Yeah, and if you want to do like a large group, you got a bunch of people that you want to bring with you, like 10 people. If we have space, we'll make that happen, and we might reach out to us. We might even be able to. We have some large group options for that as well. And so yeah, or if you want to do like five in a room or things like that that aren't listed on the website, that's something that we can work out too. Grace, I can't wait to hear this Niagara Falls story. Like
No,
I got it. Give me one word teaser. Like if you would describe, like just that's all you get, one word.
Corey, we went on the Maid of the Mist. That's the boat. We're going on that. If you're coming on my trip, you're going on that. It's not optional. You guys,
Yeah,
every
yeah,
single
you
person
have
has
to.
to go.
You do. That's
But
true.
Corey, we didn't know what it was. We didn't know what was happening. And
What you were
like
doing.
how our group did it, it was just like you had a free day in Niagara Falls to do whatever you wanted. And so we're like, let's go on the boat tour. And like
Yeah,
we like had no idea what was coming, Corey. We didn't have any
yeah.
clue. We like
Oh,
thought you were
that
just
makes
like
sense then.
taking a view. And it is an experience, not a view. That's the truth.
That's true. And that's what we're about. I5 Live Tours. We don't want you to just see places. We want you to experience them, mixed with fun and joy. Like that's what it's really going to be all about. And to do that with Grace Freeman, that's going to be incredible, because she is the epitome of fun and joy in our minds. And so excited to have you doing this with us, Grace. It's going to be so fun.
It
We won't go
seriously,
through.
sorry that I just interrupted you, but
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't think even people understand that I seriously, when I think about it, get so excited because I cannot, like, I like went through my pictures from 2 years ago on my phone today, And I
Mhm.
was laughing out loud to myself like so hard that I was like crying because I was like, there is no way. I was like, it seriously has been like, it was one of my favorite trips ever. And so the
Yeah.
fact that I just get to experience it again with so many new people and just like the late night chats in the hotel room lobbies and like catching
Yeah.
fireflies in the backyard and like going through and like all the Maid of the Mist. Like there's so many things that I'm so excited for. And even like when I went, like we like got locked out of our hotel room and we didn't remember which room number we were in. And so we spent like 30 minutes on our floor, like going to every single door, trying our key, and like just I can't wait for like experiences like that because they're so fun. And it's just
Yeah.
like, oh, I can't wait to experience that. It's just so good. Anyway, sorry, that was a rant, but it was
Yeah.
just so good.
No, no. So I agree with it because, like, you think about it, the sites are amazing. The sacred places are powerful. But then there's the people too, right? That you get to interact with and get to know and hear their stories, and you're just like, you're the coolest people in the world. And I mean, I might be a little biased, but I feel like tours, we just get the coolest people in the world, and their stories are so fascinating and fun and interesting people, and those memories that you create on this experience, that's what's really priceless.
Hmm.
Those memories that you get to take with you. And so I'm super grateful for that. Well, so with that in mind, let's talk a little bit about prices. The cheapest option is if you have four in a room, because that's kind of how we have to arrange it because the way the hotel rooms and costs and buses work. So if you have four people to a room, it's under $2,000, so it's 1997. So for under $2,000 a piece, you get to come and have that experience. From there, it goes up depending. So if you go to three to the room, then it's 2097, and then two, it's 2197. And then for a single room, we have to that price is a little bit more. But bring your friends, come with us on this. But we can do that if it's just one of you as well. Again, if there's five or more to a room, we can work out a deal there. So reach out to us. You'll reach out if you've called the number on our website, high5livetours.com. You'll reach out to Chelsea, and seriously, she's the coolest. Those who have been on our tours, they love Chelsea. Like that's who they talk about all the time, and so you'll love chatting with her, and she'll help you get answer all your questions and get you booked. Um, and yeah, so and then just 250 today will save your spot. And we do have payment options as well. So if you want to pay for it through payments, we can work with you. Just reach out. We'll work with whatever you need. But just put that 250 down today. Again, it is probably going to fill kind of fast just looking at the pre-registrations. So we'd love to have you join us. Bring your friends, bring your family. It's gonna be a party. Let me see if I missed any questions here while we were talking. Um, oh, some people had asked whether me and my wife are going, and I'm planning on being there. So excited! I'm going to be there, and we might even have some other incredible people that join us, depending on how this goes. And one of them, including my wife. I want her to come, but I haven't quite convinced her. I guess we got to find a babysitter. So if you have any babysitters out there, that might know. But I'd love to have Katie come and have some fun with us on this as well. But uh, some of the people that I know are thinking about it are some of my coolest friends. So I can't wait for you to come, and Grace, for you to meet them as well. So it's going to be fun. Any other questions, Grace, on your end, or that I'm seeing? Oh, dates again, please. So it's August 3rd through 10th will be the Amazing Grace tour. We tried to make it so a lot of our tours are like 10 days. We tried to make this one an 8-day tour, so you only miss 1 week of work if you have to take work off instead of like a week and a half on our 10-day ones. But we pack so many awesome things. Like we don't cut hardly anything out because we want you to experience all the fun things, like the Sacred Grove, the Priesthood Restoration Site, which, man, that one's so underrated to me. I love the Priesthood Restoration Site so much. We're gonna go to church, where the church was organized, on the Peter Whitmer farm. That's the Sunday we'll go there and we'll go to church. We're gonna hit Niagara Falls and hear more about Grace's story. And you'll get to experience Grace's story. And then we'll go down to Kirtland, which what a cool year to go to Kirtland, right? And to see how that experience changes. I can't wait. And there's some cool historic Kirtland stuff that we'll do. John Johnson Farm. We'll stay at some amazing hotels. We'll eat great food because food matters to us. I forgot to mention that those prices, they cover 2 meals a day as well on the trip. So you only cover 1 meal a day, and it covers everything: the bus, the hotels, all that, the experiences. We pay for all those for you to get into that you have to pay for, like Niagara Falls. We cover that, and then you just cover one meal a day and your flights. So that's everything. And you can find more about that on our website, high5lifetours.com. So I feel like I talked a lot. Grace, what are you most looking forward to right now?
Of course, Niagara Falls because of my experience. I'm looking forward to that and Nauvoo. I love Nauvoo. Nauvoo has my heart. I just think it's so magical almost to be able to just walk around in that city and it just feels like even when you were just talking, that's what I was imagining. Just walking in that
Yep.
city again, it just feels like home in such a sacred way.
Yeah. So many stories and so much power there. And you look up at the temple, right? And yeah, man, it's amazing. And we also hit Liberty Jail and then fly home from Kansas City. So that's the tour, full itinerary. In fact, we're going to be posting a little bit more the next few days. You might go follow Grace on her Instagram, this week's Grace, or High Five Live Tours on our Instagram. We're going to be throwing some stories together that just give you a little more details on our itinerary. But yeah, that's it. It's going to be the most incredible experience ever. So don't miss it. Put your 250 down today so that you can come and join us in these incredible places. All right, friends. Grace, let's do this.
We can't wait. So see
Yep.
you guys in August.
Okay. Bye, friends.
See ya.